Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hello, Joy.
Hello, Bob.
I didn't say oi.
You didn't. Didn't we say? Oh, we were gonna do oi oi oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Isn't that what
Aussie,
it is?
Aussie, Aussie.
That's what it is. Thank you. I can't ever. I knew there was
Yeah.
a missing. We've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Down under.
That one.
Yeah. It's been a minute. I mean, it's been a trip. I like that show. I enjoy it.
I like that it's fresh with the newer countries. America's gotten. I'm tired of America.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Everyone plays their role on American television, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just we're open to people of other countries, so we appreciate them more. I don't know.
I think so. Like, we want the different experience. It's like, oh, more Americans. I already know what they're like. Next.
It's like, oh, fat drag queen. Say
Mhm.
fat drag queen things. Make fun of your fat, please.
Yeah.
Hey, fat drag queen. Are you fat?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we get it.
Right.
So.
But we've had quite the run. We just finished. We'd already talked about. We finished the second season of Drag Race UK.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're doing Down Under.
We're
which
gonna do
is
España.
Australian, New Zealand. Yes, and then absolutely that's up next.
Yes.
So.
And then All Stars is coming up too.
Right. Which I saw an article title that just said calling the All Stars a celebrity cast is something. I was basically like, using words. It was like one of those like I was like, damn, it's cold blooded.
It's cold-blooded for a person who writes probably about celebrities and no one knows their name. But
It's true.
to be an investigative journalist.
Stop. Anyways.
Oh, life. So, we're here today to preach to you from the gospel of the D,
yes,
the I, and the Y.
absolutely.
That is
It's our favorite gospel.
do it yourself, which is an abbreviation from do it yourself because no one else is going to fucking do it for you.
That was the original, circa 1922.
Yeah, that was originally what they were saying. But, so we do Hi.
You're going to say we do IY?
We DIY. We do DIY things. Like
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things. We did things.
So we're going to talk about the variety that's out there. Because I think most people think about DIY as get some
HGTV.
wood. Yes, HGTV. But like very specifically, go get you some wood. You know what I mean? And a saw.
And make coasters out of something that's already square.
No, but like build a desk or a shelf that, with all the energy, probably you could have just gone ahead and bought the damn thing assembled. But
no, because
we get it.
The
It's
patron
special.
saint of DIY is recycle and reuse. She's a goddess, and she comes into our life quite a bit whenever we're DIYing things. Because why DIY an entire bookcase when you can buy a bookcase that needs DIY?
Yes, and that's probably what inspired this. I mean, you had your own DIY project going at the same time.
So,
but this topic for this month was inspired last weekend by the day-long DIY marathon that we were on.
Yeah, we actually went to a big box hardware store twice. Same day.
One of the rules we established.
At least twice.
Are you really DIYing if you haven't forgotten at least one thing that you have to go back for?
No. I mean, that's the thing is like, I think a big part of DIY is die. And so going back to a store after you get home makes you want to die a little bit inside. So I get it.
That's how you know you're doing it right. But yeah, you were building shelves.
Risers, I would say.
Oh, excuse me.
4 shelves.
I stand corrected. Very specific
Because I
kind.
was I was texting somebody and I was like, oh yeah, I built shelves, and I was like, he's gonna think that I build things, so let me say, or he's gonna come over and be like, are these the shelves that you built? So
Okay, but a definition is a definition, and so I would say, get off my back, sir, because these are technically shelves.
okay,
But to each their own, how you want to identify that. But you were working on that,
yes,
and I had found 2 bookshelves at like a resale shop that we have in town, and sanded them down, painted them,
did it the right way, people, right way. She
Did it-
sanded them.
sanded them down. Yes, got actual paint that you had to have mixed the color in.
Oh,
So gorgeous. Get the drop cloth. Always get the drop cloth. And I already knew this. Like, I've never been in doubt. I know what kind of painter I am, and I know that there has to be a drop cloth.
yeah,
But those people who are just over here, like, living on the edge, you know, ready to jump, like, oh, I can freehand this shit. I don't know.
they don't live in rental property.
Amen. And that was part of our thing. That's what we wanted to say about DIY is you're somewhat limited when you don't own property.
Yes,
So,
and I have an outdoor space,
yes.
be it leafy, it's still there,
Mm-hmm.
and you have none.
That's right.
I mean, you do, but it's the sidewalk and grass in front
It's
of
the
them.
sidewalk and the parking lot. And that's the thing. Like, yours is at least more enclosed. Nobody can really complain that we're outside painting. Try to do it at my place.
They
It's
better
a little
not.
weird.
They
You got a
better never
bookshelf that
come
you're
to me.
painting in the parking lot.
Those motherfuckers step to me about painting something, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I have no doubts.
So, just a little sidebar. I have neighbors, as most people do. I have a neighbor that like does not stop talking
Yeah.
the entire time they're outside, which
Outside.
is it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
It
fine.
sounds fine.
It's fine. But like it limits my ability to like have a door open on a 60-degree day
Yeah.
or my patio
It
open.
only takes so much of the talking.
And it doesn't stop. Like they literally sit outside till like November and talk. And it's
Wasn't it?
babe,
It was like
babe,
December or January one of the times.
babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was January when it was all right, but you know, it wasn't freezing this winter that bad, so it went on longer than it was supposed to. So
Well, neighbors are great fun.
Mhm.
We won't get into mine.
why?
Because I feel that's straying from our DIY. If we need another little intermission of the DIY life, I will get into my neighbors that we have taken to calling the Amethicans.
Americans. Okay, go ahead.
So, yes, obviously there's DIY, furniture and like art, upcycled, recycled type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a quick sidebar about I want there to be I want more for us.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. I want more for us, and I love me some TikTok, and I love to, learn from others and, see things that somebody else thought of that nobody.
It's culture. It's
Yeah,
culture.
let's do all that. But some of the things that bitches are out here calling DIY projects, and by the way, bitches is a non-gender term. As
It's
far as I'm
non-gender.
concerned. It's-
Yeah.
Bitches is across the board.
Yeah.
So bitches be out here like I took 2 hula hoops and drilled some holes into them to put screws through a wood shelf, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? These materials don't go together. What are you doing? And like I spray painted it, and now I have this shelf. And you pointed out that it was actually not straight at all.
No.
They thought they had balanced it by putting a shelf at the bottom.
And it's
It's
funny
crazy.
because I didn't even say it because I know you love it when I say I'm right, but I had said, were they making like one of those 60s plant shells?
And I said I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and it's like legit what they were doing, which I mean, like money is money, but those things are sold for like $35 at any resale furniture store. So I know hula hoops are $1 each at the Dollar Tree.
That's right.
Maybe you should go for a $15 hula hoop if you're gonna create a shelving unit out of them.
Right, because I'm like, how much longer does it last than the TikTok that you made? You know what I mean? That's my thing. So I feel if I'm here to preach anything, let's try to be somewhat realistic in our goals when we're DIYing.
And a thing about DIY is so gravity exists, weights and balances. There's all kinds of things scientific in DIY. You know, paint molecules adhering to different surfaces. And so I feel like you have to know a little bit, just a little bit, before you get into it.
That would be helpful.
Because, like, I had an idea, I had a plan, I had a thought, right? I made my thought better. The second time we went back, I was like, oh, let me put these things together with wood glue. Let me actually do it the right way instead of just doing it it's going to fall over one day way. So, but I at least knew what I wanted. Yeah. And knew the basics that would need. Did I own the basics? Does a bitch have a hacksaw? No. But does one have now? Yes. So I'm telling you, if you stick your hand in my door when I don't want you in, the hacksaw is the closest weapon to the door.
He's looking to hacksaw somebody.
I didn't need to expand on the $12 that I spent on this tool. I feel
and that's on getting your money's worth.
Absolutely. That's a budget. I'm on a budget. Everybody out here buying hacksaws? When's the last time you bought a hacksaw?
Never. I used one time and I did not love it. But let's pivot slightly. So,
okay.
DIY cutesy things to put on your walls, for furniture. But then DIY personal care. And this is really where Bob's heart lies.
It lies. Yeah, so many, many moons ago. Let's talk celestial.
Yes.
I was a witch of sorts. For almost 15 years, actually. And so I'm getting back into that and throwing a little... What I know best is chemistry of the skin, right? So witchcraft of the earth, chemistry of the skin, whatever. I'm making oils, basically. I'm making oils.
I know we went on this big celestial journey, and
I just wanted to
oils.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been doing that. I want to get into making like face masks and stuff like that too, because it's like I got what I need and I know what to do, so I might as well make face masks for you.
Yay!
Poems, even. I'm also writing poems.
But no, I think a lot of people are familiar with the fact that you can make your own products at home.
Correct.
And I think we've talked about this before briefly, but I, as much as the next person, get distracted by pretty packaging and have spent way too much on a product because it's cute. But there really is something to be said for putting the love and attention into creating your own items that have all the ingredients that you know what's actually in it, that you can adjust to your need. And I'm going to put something on blast as the perfect example.
Is it my wolfsbane? Don't put my wolfsbane on blast.
No, it's not. It's not anything of yours. I'm just going to say that there's a popular singer who used to sing about umbrellas that has a skincare line. And I was like, oh, it's cute. I want to try the trial kit.
Sounds like Fendi.
And I hated it. The fragrance was way too strong. And as somebody who used to be a junior chemist, I'm here to tell you that when you can smell it, when fragrance is that overpowering, like they've added a lot. And it's not good for you when they add a ton of that.
And I think
strange
enough, and oddly enough, I think we believe that we've discussed this before, but the back of the bus is not supposed to smell you. Right. The person sitting next to you is supposed to sort of smell you. Like the purpose of perfume is an intimate occasion. It's for your intimate person or person who you may be intimate with, friends. And I don't even mean sucking dick. I mean like, in
Just your
personal
hello.
space.
Yeah, just
So they can smell you. They can feel, your essence, a sort, not your essence, but one you purchased from a pop singer. Yeah, so like it's not supposed to extend beyond your orbit and or your body's orbit. You've listened to the show before, you know what I'm talking about. When did I get this sexy voice?
I don't know, but you're really into it. So
I'm
keep
really
going.
into
That's
it.
why
I'm
I'm
like
not stopping you.
fall into this for the rest of my life. Um but yeah, so when like the perfume itself is strong to begin with and you know that people don't use it with proper intent, that I'm just imagining an entire club clearing out once someone is. I mean, I'm gonna put Melissa on blast. Hey, Melissa,
Hi,
um,
Melissa.
if you're listening, Melissa just I believe our friend gave her some Fenty like shimmer stuff for her face, for her birthday, and it looked good on her, but she's also pale.
Yeah.
So it looks good because it looks like what it's supposed to be, like a definition or like a different texture to your skin. So.
Right. But I just thought, this is multiple steps, and maybe, this will give me,
Oh, I said the name brand. Sorry.
it's okay. The happiness that I want, and the, even clearer skin that I'm looking for. And I did not have that experience at all. I hated it, and I was glad that I had only spent $11 on it.
But those stacked heeled Pumas, though, can we be serious about those? Those are fucking cute as fuck.
I'm not saying anything about the actual merchandise. Just trying to convince people why they should be able to make their own
Absolutely.
face washes and oils and whatnot.
And henceforth, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
Making your own products are pretty simple. I mean, like right now in the world, we have this evil beast who rides the 666 Satan, which is Amazon. But everything's within reach of human beings.
Yeah.
Like, you can legit make your own Korean face masks. If you're not Korean, then don't call them Korean face masks because that's cultural appropriation. But just like, you can make everything. Like, everything's possible to be made. And if you need tips on things like that, hit me up. I can give advice.
Oh, wow. Okay. You in the audience need a moment?
I mean, hi. Watermelon sugar. Hi. So, yeah, but that's the thing. We've talked about that before, and we're like, we're not going to get in it. We're not going to say that, don't jump off your medicines. But most medicines are made with herbs and other things of the land that you might not know are herbs, because every single herb has its own scientific classification name, therefore listed as a bunch of jumbled words on your ingredients. But
and Bob, as a matter of fact, later on this year, will be doing a class called Aspirin 101 Live Forever.
Live forever, fuck it all. Because that is like, if you're legit not taking aspirin, I will tell you this as a minister and as a practitioner and as someone who can't get emotion light off because they've lost their soul. Take at least one aspirin a day. Do it. If you're allergic to it, don't do it. If you don't know what's in aspirin, look it up. Aspirin is made essentially from plants. Originally, willow bark was how it was found, but it also comes from soybean pods. There's all kinds of things that aspirin is created from. And it legit is the most remarkable medicine that's ever been found, and it's mostly natural. And it will prolong your life. It will prolong your, it helps with your skin. It helps with, wait for the seminar. There'll be a TED Talk on it. I'm here to say that like I have lived an aspirin life the past I don't even know. Like
At least
the
10
not,
years.
huh?
15 years, something like
Well,
that.
10 years has been since I've been using the extra dose, like taking extra crazy. Don't be on my dose. I take an extra crazy amount of aspirin a day. That was because I have transient ischemic attacks. So if you know what that are, tiny strokes. So I have to be on aspirin, but I was on aspirin prior to that since probably 98, 99.
Yeah. Okay. So a minute.
A minute.
Mm-mm.
2, 3 decades now.
Yeah.
I mean, you
22
can count it 3
22,
decades.
23 years.
But DIY that in the bank.
Yeah. Like I said, just to go back to medicine real quick, besides aspirin, it's true that most medicines are created like they find a plant that does something, a
Mm-hmm.
plant or whatever. This is awesome. Let us start
Synthesize
with
it.
this, tweak it, put a bunch of our shit on it
Mm-hmm.
so that it can be a proprietary blend, and then bam, $90 a month, please. So again, we're not doctors and we're not saying you should stop taking your medicines, but there are a lot of things that you can do to benefit your own life. And I can't emphasize enough, just kind of like, it's a real self care thing to do to take some time out of your weekend or like an
Mm-hmm.
evening and just kind of bottle up your own stuff. Make your own, face moisturizer and your own face wash. There's all these you can make your own kind of scents with essential oils and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. For summertime, I'm a big proponent of making face mist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
bitches are out here selling face mist for like a 4-ounce bottle is $22-$30, and ho, have you
Mm-mm.
lost your whole mind? I can make twice as much for $4. Absolutely not. No, I mean,
Yeah, and you can do that, and like an essential water, because that's essentially what it is, with a little bit of astringent kind of. I mean, pop in some witch hazel, boil that fucking shit for 30 minutes. La- Honestly, lavender feels amazing on your skin. I know lavender is kind of a basic level herb, but lavender
but
is
that's because it's
amazing.
healing.
But I mean, that's the thing is like lavender feels amazing when your skin it needs to be refreshed, and so let that simmer. Then let it sit for 3 days. This is witchcraft, by the way. Let it sit for 3 days. Put it in a little spritz bottle. Call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
$14. I mean, like some of this is $14. I think the one from Burt's Bees, which I believe is also lavender, is only like $5 or $6. But still, like,
Yeah.
what's better than $5 or $6? $2.
And it works out to be very cheap. Yeah, there's
Mm-hmm.
always the initial cost to get your supplies, but you're gonna keep remaking things, and you're gonna use it in more than one place.
Yeah, it's basic business. If you buy something, it costs more the first time, but you can make 5 or 6 of it that equals out the cost or less than the cost of the original. Then you're making money, you're saving money.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, you're using your energy to create something, which is part of being a practitioner. You actually put energy into what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
the energy exchange. And so, yeah. Then you can tell people. I'm not saying start an Etsy page. Don't do that. We're all too old for that. But you know what I mean. Don't be a DIY dick, because some people are like, "Oh, you like this? Blah blah blah. Well, I made it myself." Like, okay,
Like, okay.
okay. Like some people aren't always impressed by that. I know 2 people sitting here.
Right. Anybody can do it. That's really what we're
That's the
saying.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be a scientist? Call yourself a scientist? A botanist? Do it.
You are going too far this
I am
evening.
going really too far.
Do you
And
have
you cannot call yourself any of those things without a PhD or yeah, actual work. But somebody's done the work for you. And that's the amazing time that we live in. All that work is amazing
Amen.
and ready for
Hey.
you out there.
That's so true. Do you have any additional DIY projects or thoughts that you would like to share?
Um I don't. I don't think so. I mean, I've been DIYing things. I used to reupholster chairs. I made a chair for Joy years ago.
Mhm.
Um, I've been repurposing and redoing things for a while, and it's always fun. You know, I don't always tell everybody that things that I've made in my house because it's gauche, but like, there's a lot of shit I've made in here and done. So
Yeah.
that makes me proud.
It's pretty much always worth it, and we've talked about this before. See, I love that we're like starting to tie a lot of past episodes together. When we did our episode on being creative,
Mm-hmm.
we also talked about, like that it doesn't have to be what you think. It doesn't have to be drawing,
Absolutely.
or doing a painting or
Mhm.
writing a poem. This is another way to be creative and express that, which is another form of self-care. Look at, I'm just tying it all up with a bow for you people because that's how much I love you.
Could you possibly just be a like lifestyle guru, please?
Absolutely. And I would talk like this.
I would like to watch you do that because then at the end of
Love.
that 30 minutes, your head's gonna explode.
Love.
Okay. Um. Anything else?
I am complete.